Wow, this is going to happen? Are we going to start just reviewing all alcohol? Are we alcoholics?
Hello, beer fans. Zane, Kevin, Daniel here today with a different kind of review. Today we're not reviewing beer. We're reviewing whiskey and Scotch to be specific.
Did you really thought it was whiskey?
Scotch is a type of whiskey which is from Scotland.
Oh,
it's really kind of like how bourbon has to be from Kentucky. Or all bourbon is whiskey. Not all whiskey is bourbon.
All bourbon's from Kentucky?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Didn't know that. I'm learning so much. Didn't know any of this. I'm not going to lie.
But this is the black label. I know nothing about whiskey. I'm going to go ahead and say that now. And I know even less about Scotch. So, Pal, you're somewhat of the expert.
Yeah, so this is a 12-year Scotch. Scotch, so I could be wrong here, but I believe it has to be aged at least 6 years in order for it to be called Scotch. It has to be from Scotland and aged at least 6 years. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments on that one, but I'll do better next time. I believe it's 6 years, so this is a 12-year from Johnny Walker. The red label is very, very peaty. This one is a bit less so. As you can see from the bottle, I've drank quite a bit of this already. This isn't one of my favorite scotches, but it's one of the more easily accessible ones that I find really enjoyable.
What's the price point?
The price point for this is about $35 a bottle, which for a 12-year scotch isn't all that bad. Mm-hmm. Most places you might be able to find it for $40, something like that, but where we get it about $35 a bottle.
What's the alcohol percentage?
This is a 80 proof, so 40%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. It's pretty standard.
Yeah, so typically if it's aged more than 12 years, say it's a 15 or an 18, it'll be a little bit lower, somewhere around 38 to like 35%, just because the barrel takes some of that away as it ages for that many years. I enjoy it. It's less enjoyable than some of the other 12 years I've had, but as far as accessibility goes, I like it a lot.
We're going to try and rate this against the community average, correct?
Suck. Yeah, so versus the rating on whiskeywash.com is what we're going to be rating this as. So these guys don't drink a lot of whiskey or scotch in general. They're more beer drinkers. I am the whiskey and scotch guy, so if they beat me on this one, I'm going to be a little upset. What do you get on the nose for this one?
Alcohol? I don't know. just
definitely
burn.
The smoke from the peat. It's not as intense as some that I've smelled, but that's mostly what I get at first.
Yeah, it's much less peaty than, say, a Johnny Walker Red Label or even something like a Jack Daniels. This has a lot less wood smell to it than a Jack Daniels does, in my opinion.
Interesting.
I'm sure. I just love the smell of this.
I don't know if I necessarily love it. I can smell it for a while.
I want a candle that smells just like this.
I do love the smell of whiskey and scotch.
Cheers. Not bad. Wow.
It's a little...
pretty mellow.
A little insulting on the front end, but it cools off a lot on the back end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because at first I'm like, oh, wow, this is going to suck. And then I drink it, I'm like, wow. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, you get a little bit...
a little more sort of sip on, you know?
You get a little bit of the barrel on it, but not nearly as much as Johnny Walker Red Label.
Yeah, that was maybe like, what, a shot and a half?
Maybe a shot. That was about a shot.
Yeah.
One finger.
Yeah, that wasn't bad at all.
Someone who does not drink a lot of scotch, this is pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, it's really a very accessible scotch for everybody.
Now I'm going to get a little baby sip. Let's see how that is.
I like to hold it on the tongue, bring it under the tongue a little bit.
I feel like I drink this with ice, and I actually like this more neat, to tell you the truth. I think I've had this with ice, right? I would assume.
I believe you have.
Yeah, it's nice, just neat.
I typically prefer mine on the rocks. I feel like the ice adds another layer. You get a little bit of the water in the whiskey, which helps some of the aromatics and a little bit of the flavor involved. Yeah. And then also just the cold alcohol hitting your mouth is a little more enjoyable than room temperature. But it's not bad neat at all.
I've never looked up any whiskey scores, so this is going to be completely guessing off the price point and the flavor combined, which I think for me is going to be like an 81.
Here's an 8.6.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really high.
Fuck, I have no idea. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know.
Is that your personal rating, or is that what you think the rating is going to be?
Okay. A little bit of both. I just I just chugged it all the way down, and it was pretty nice. You know?
Yeah, I'm going to give this one an 8.0.
Okay.
I've definitely had better scotches. I've had quite a few scotches, not nearly as many as I would like to, mainly because a lot of them are very expensive. Yeah. But for the accessibility of this one, how it is everywhere all around the country and many other countries, and just the flavor profile of it, I think 8.0 somewhere around there is a very good score.
Seems
for it.
Fair.
I think I do like scotches more than any other type of like hard liquor, and maybe that's why I have a bias. We'll see.
Just for sipping, I think this is like Scotch is the way to go if you're trying to transition more to a alcohol on the rocks sort of drinking schedule.
Hopefully you guys learned a little bit about Johnny Walker Black Label. I know I did. I didn't really know too much about it. I definitely enjoyed it. Would recommend. I think we would all recommend, especially for the price point. It's a pretty decent price.
Yeah, excellent.
And hopefully we'll be bringing you some more flavor experiments with different types of alcohol that we don't normally review or consume.
And so they hand me my shot, and they hand him his, and it goes down like pure gasoline.
All bourbon is whiskey. Not all whiskey is bourbon.
Correct.
Nice. So both bourbons from whiskey. We are going to consume a lot of alcohol now. Huh?
I mean, we were
I'm
ready.
down.
It just wasn't on video.
Just now.
We gotta work out.